Y'all is not going to believe what I heard today, man. All right. So I was having this conversation with this guy, right? We was riding in the car. So he had this plate of food, well, an empty plate of food sitting on his dashboard. So I was just joking when I was like, "Oh, I thought that's something you cook." So he said, "Nah, that's something you'll never see me doing." I said, "What that? Cooking." I said, "What about grilling?" He said, "Nope, that's something you." He said, "You won't never see me cooking." Period. I said, "Why that?" He said, "Cooking is for women." I said, "Huh?" He said, "Cooking is for women. The only thing a man should be doing is waiting on to be served or waiting on for the women to cook and feed him." So I said, "Well, shoot, what about grilling?" "Nope, that's for the women too." I'm thinking in my head, like, dude, you cannot be serious. So you mean to tell me that you never cook, you don't plan on cooking for the rest of your life? Just if you got to cook it, then you just not going to like. You think that a man do not supposed to cook for a woman in no way, form, fashion? And his response is yup. Like, so basically, he got the kind of mindset to where basically the old school mindset of, yeah, the women supposed to take care of the kitchen, and the women supposed to cook, clean, and all that. The only thing the man supposed to do is provide and to provide the food for the house and stuff like that. So I'm thinking in my head, like, man, bro, the world has evolved. That mentality of the '60s and the '70s and the '50s, man, listen here, that is out of there. It's like that all that old school stuff. I mean, you got some now. Some of it I can still go for. Like now, as far as in the home, okay, if the woman want to take the responsibility of cooking, that's her. But it is nothing wrong with a man cooking. It was so wrong with men cooking. Boy, look at him. If a man had that kind of mentality to the point he feel like cooking is for women, whether it's inside or outside, boy, it would be a lot of restaurants that wouldn't be existing today. Like for real. It would be a lot of restaurants that wouldn't exist. Your Burger King, your McDonald's, your people that got your entrepreneurs. Like, man, like what the heck is going on with you? Cause for real, bro, like just imagine if we was living in a world where all men didn't believe in cooking and just only and we just sat back and waiting on to be serving everything, and when everything in the world that had something to do with cooking, women did it. Like exactly. Like this is the new age. This been cooking for men. Men cooking have been a thing for some years now. Shoot, ever since the '80s, bro. Like, what? Especially now, like, what woman don't want a man that can cook? You know what I'm saying? Now, just like I say, back in the '50s, '60s, that used to be a big thing. But when it came to grilling, now that's where he really threw me off at. Grilling, that always been a man thing, bro. Way even back in the '60s and '70s and whatever. Grilling been a man thing, but man, some people just have their own beliefs and opinions about things. And what I got from that conversation is that some people just are stuck in just the traditional ways that they was raised, bro. Like whether they got it from their parents, whether they got it from, their elders, but some people just got some mixed up, just some crazy behind beliefs about life. And it's like, ain't there is no way that you can have this kind of belief about women. There is no way that you can have this kind of belief about women and have a happy marriage or a happy relationship or just a happy whatever even a situationship, bro. Because basically you saying is that, and I'm not just talking, I'm talking about men in general that think like that. Like, if you feel like that you can't, that you believe that women should do everything when it comes to cooking, there is no way that you can be romantic. And that's just me. Like there, if you don't even want to cook for your woman, there is no way in the HELL hockey sticks that you can be happy, that your woman can be happy with you. Let's just say if your kids wanted something to eat, Dad, put something on the grill. Dad, cook this, cook that. What you gonna do? Nah, that's a woman. Like, come on, man. Like, seriously. But man, some people just have their beliefs, and it takes so much joy out of their life. They don't know the joy that they can be having. A lot of people believe stuff, of how they grew up, of what they was taught growing up, how to believe this about women, how to believe this about this person and this race of people. And it takes so much joy out your life. Like it takes so much excitement out your life. So cause it's like that's one of the main things of being romantic with a woman. You know, woman at work, or you just want to do something special for your woman, cook her a nice meal, steak and whatever else that she like, with her steak. And surprise with it. Cook her a nice steak dinner, roses, candlelit dinner. Got some soft R&B playing in the background. Like that's romantic stuff. So cooking, listen, that whole saying about the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Me personally, that goes both ways, bro. That goes both ways because even women like to eat, and especially the time we living in now. These women like to eat a good seafood boil. A good seafood boil, man, and you got a woman by the ankles. For real, boy. A good seafood ball, and boy, you got a woman by the ankles. I'm talking about yay high push back. But yeah, man. But just like I said, man, on a serious note, bro, and I'm finna end this. On a serious note, have fun and stop with all this traditional behind stuff, all this old school 50s and 60s type stuff that you don't heard growing up. Man, listen, the world has evolved, people have evolved, times have changed. To be honest, it's really coming to the point that there's no more roles when it comes to a lot of this stuff now. All this about, well, this is the man's job, this is the woman's job, bro. That is slowly all that old saying, that stuff is slowly coming to an end. It is slowly coming to all this. This is men's work. This woman's work. This men's talk. This women talk. Bro, the world is study evolving. People are study evolving. All this old school stuff, bro, is soon for to be over with. We are living in new times. So all that old belief stuff, it's so much you can hold on to, especially when it comes to your children. But man, when it comes to these relationships nowadays and these marriages, man, you better do what makes your man or your woman happy. All that old school stuff ain't gonna do nothing but leave you by yourself, or you with somebody that you done been with for years and you unhappy, but you done been with them for so long and done been through so much with them that you don't want to leave the person because you know ain't nobody else gonna go through what you went through with this person or however the case may be. So, but listen, have fun, enjoy your marriage, your relationships, and do what you can to make your partner happy. Universal Conversation Podcast. Abdullah Said Muhammad, we out. Peace.